Hello, Mithril here once again, getting back to Startropics, and we're about halfway through Chapter 6. Right now we just have this network of tunnels to explore, though really, there's only 2 points of interest to check out. For the first, we need to come all the way to the end here, and then cut across the water. This leads us to some stairs. And that leads us to a big heart. There's actually a bit of an exploit involving this big heart. Once you grab it, if you make your way to the next dungeon, go in, immediately leave, and then come back, that big heart respawns. And it does so indefinitely. So you can use this technique to max out your life counter at 22 hearts. I believe, however, this resets as soon as you start the next chapter, so I'm not really going to bother with it. It's just interesting to know that that is something you can do. For now, though, we're going to go this way past all these tiki statues, go up here, and find a giant molten bowling ball? What is this big rock? It looks like metal melted by some great heat. It has 3 holes where something used to be. Some strange cipher is inscribed here, but you can't read it. Well, it's certainly there. And so is the next dungeon. So here we go. Simple enough so far. We've got rats. We've got bats. But all that did was open a way back. The structure in the middle of the room, it tries to help you a little bit. It kind of looks like an arrow, and the wall it's pointing to is completely fake. This one, however, is not. Coming in here, all it really does is show you that there's a room over there with a door leading in from below. We actually need to get back to the entrance of the dungeon. And instead, we go this way. That's actually the gimmick of the dungeon. They don't give you wall shadows anymore for hidden passages. You either have to know in advance where they are, be able to intuit where they are, or explore the walls with your face. Any option works. But we're introduced to dagger traps, which are basically just a reskin of the pencil traps from Captain Bell's dungeon. And here we have the Asterisk. It's a paired shuriken. Once you throw it, hit the fire button again to make it split. It's easily my favorite weapon in the game, it's just so satisfying to use. And the game gives you a lot of good opportunities to use them. So here we have an urchin. Basically a reskin of the silver ball, also from Captain Bell's dungeon. Going over this way, we hit a dead end. You can restock on red hearts if you need to, but none of the tiles do anything. Instead, we need to go this way. More bats! Here, though, we have a couple of new enemy types. The purple ones are called biters. Basically, they work like dodos. Once they're close enough, they just try and rush you down. These, on the other hand, are called fuzz. You can't hurt them, they can't hurt you. Instead, if they hit you, they're basically the bubbles from the original Legend of Zelda, preventing you from using weapons as long as you're still flashing. If one will be so kind as to help me demonstrate, though. Come on, man, any other time. The effect also wears off as soon as you enter a new room. So we can't make this jump from here. We have to go the long way around. Note that there is not a matching platform on the other side. Don't try and jump up from here, you'll just go in the water. Instead, hidden passage. And speaking of things you can't see, fake floor. This one, however, is worth falling through as it leads to a hidden treasure room. And this gets you some medicine and more asterisks, so definitely worth the detour. With that though, we're done in here. So, let's open the gate and move on. And meet the Hoodoo Doll. Once it gets in a straight line path with you, it spins around wildly and launches projectiles in all 4 directions. You can either lead shots with the shooting star, or hit with a side attack from the Asterisk, either works. Pretty sure the shooting star does more damage though. As far as damage output, I'm not sure if there's actually a difference with the Asterisk if it's still paired or if it's split. There is, however, a difference when you throw them. While still paired, they will go all the way across the screen, however, they have a slower movement. Once they're split, they move faster but have a shorter range. There we go. And we just have a mystery tile from nowhere. Gambling? I'm in. And we're up 1. Nice. With all that out of the way though, we get this nice little recharge room. Red hearts, asterisks, all kinds of good stuff. You really have to be ready to mash when you just have close-range targets like that. Splitting the asterisk quickly enough can be kinda tricky. And we have a new enemy type, Rocky. While in the pebble form moving across the screen, it can hurt you, but you can't hurt it. Once it hits a wall, it emerges, fires off rocks in all 4 directions, pauses a moment, then does so again before hiding. Side attacks are your friends. That's too many bugs and I'm not okay with this. However, this room also gives you more asterisks and more red hearts. This is a surprisingly generous dungeon. Be careful about letting the Rockies corner you. They can close in on you pretty quickly. So I don't think there's really a reason to hang around this room. None of the tiles do anything, but you can get red hearts if you want them. And we're introduced to a variant of Rocky that's basically just a glorified Moo. We can go up from here, or just know that there are some hidden passages in this wall, which gets us more asterisks. I really don't know how to feel about how there's just no tell for any of this. So you kinda just want to thin the herd here as much as you can. Also, word of warning, if you're under the effect of fuzz, you also cannot use your sub-weapons. Things get a lot less frantic though once you're down to just one of the Rockies, and then you find out that all that was for nothing. Yep, it's just another hidden passage. I really don't know how to feel about the dungeon design here. But we get more medicine, more asterisks, and more Hoodoo Dolls! There's 2 at once now. It's easy to get pinned in by them. I would highly recommend using asterisks until you're down to 1 of them at the very least. Whatever damage you can get on them is good, though Though if you can focus fire on one, that can be helpful. Just be careful about them closing in. One down, things are a lot easier now. We'll still just use the asterisks, though. May as well. There are rare instances where they just line up perfectly to where you can hit both at the same time if you split the asterisk, and that just feels really good if you can pull that off. But for now, time to get out of here. Or not. You didn't think it would be that easy, did you? Thankfully there's no threat in this dark room, but there is another hidden passage. And thankfully there's no threat in here either. Just more red hearts. And more asterisks. So, word of warning. Once you get all the way to the top here, be ready to jump in the next room, because they immediately put you on a sinking tile. How generous. They give you more asterisks here. So what we're dealing with here are the statues of Twin Sumocho. You can pretty much tell how we're attacking these guys. Just watch out for their fireballs. Overall, these guys aren't too terribly bad. It helps that you have a weapon tailor-made for them. There we go. And that's that. May as well use some medicine. It can be a little easy to get pinned in by their fireballs at some parts. Wow, you've done it! Yay, points! One thing I feel like I have noticed, I think if you have more lives at the end of a dungeon, you actually get more points. One of the few things I've noticed that does affect your score, other than it getting lowered if you defeat too many enemies. The score system is just really weird. Hey Mike, it's me, Uncle Steve. You found me. You stand speechless. He looks very much like your father. Uncle, are you alright? Yes, I'm alright, but you're fantastic. I'm very proud of you, Mike. Let me tell you what happened. Listen carefully. A month ago I found a big rock in these ruins. I think you know the one. I decoded the cipher. It told of an incredible story. On a faraway planet called Argonia, the Argonians battled evil aliens. The Argonians! The lizard people! My brethren! The Argonians were all but destroyed. They sent their last escape pod to Earth. Mike, the rock you saw is the burned remains of that escape pod, and the pod was carrying 3 powerful magic cubes. They're very important. Okay, so not only do we have aliens, we have magic. The evil aliens chased those magic cubes to Earth, and abducted me to get at them. The story is complicated. Do you want me to repeat it? Actually, I think things were more complicated just getting here. I followed your story just fine. Oh, it defaults to yes! Why? Why do they do that? Is that just to make sure you're paying attention? The aliens forced me to reveal the location of the magic cubes. I'm ashamed. I was too weak. Now they've taken them from the big rock. The magic cubes must have been sent to Earth for a reason. Mike, please get them back from the evil aliens. You respond bravely. I will go to the alien spaceship and get them back. Mike, leave me here. I'll be okay. Good luck. Alright then. Evil cubes and magic aliens. That's not right. I feel like we went a lot further down than that, but okay. Alien spaceship. At last you have arrived at the spaceship. Find the 3 magic cubes. And that's where we'll pick things up next time. So with that, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series so far, and I shall see you again next time. Until then, aliens.